You can add stuff to it.
Can't name 10 elements in a row with the elements. Have them all down. Yeah.
He wrote to me. He said, "I want my daughter to take your honors." This past year, she had very little English in the grade. Really? My daughter is really smart, and I'm sure that she gets to succeed because we homeschool her somewhere.
You never know. I mean,
You must have to give her some summer reading.
oh, cool.
What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds great.
You guys should set her up with. So give her a books in advance class. Something completely different.
I really don't know. It's hard to tell homeschool parents like what they probably,
Right.
who knows?
School makes me very every time I have to work.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna be doing more integration.
Welcome, parents
It'll
and
be
students.
interesting.
23-20 ceremony. Would you all please stand for me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, thank you for being here tonight. It's been a staff here at Monument Academy to work with your students, and we encourage their accomplishments, and we are very proud of what they've achieved here. So, we are going to jump into the award ceremony. We are going to first start off with letters. If your student is receiving a letter for the first, they will get the physical. If they've already received a letter in this subject or area, they will just be getting a bar to signify that they are a multi-year winner. So, we will start off with perfect attendance. We have one winner this year. So, if you could all please give a round of applause for our winner of the perfect attendance this year, Miss Lindsay Yoon.
What?
Impressive. So what we are going to do now, most of these other areas will have multiple winners. What we ask is the students will come up, you're going to shake the hand of the teacher presenting the award. Please hold applause to the end, and then we will pause for pictures at that moment as well. So, next area that we are going to be lettering in is in the area. So, when your name is called, please come up for your letter in art. Karis Andreessen and Chamberlain. I do see some students here for this next one. The next one is in the area of orchestra. So if I call your name, please come up. Evelyn Cowger, Chris Demchuk, Kristen Gomez, Scott Colhays, Serena Krell, Evie Scaling, Riley Stenson, Hunter Vera, Nathaniel Weatherby, Samuel Weatherby, and Jacqueline Worrell.
Yeah. Yeah.
next area will be in choir. I'm going to be reading a little bit slower. Jack Dunstan, Emily Capel, Colton Williams, Hope Muldoon, and Lindsay Ewing. So here comes the extended portion of the ceremony with drama. So we have a lot of names here. Nalani Allen, Emma Ferreira, Piper Ferreira, Natalie Bauerfield, Lily Bradford, Charles Dygert, Dominic Dygert, Josiah Elmer, Carlin Hadley, Emily, Brooklyn Kaufman, Colton McWilliams, Yarrow Nesvedal, Evan Nigaman, Micah Parks, Reagan Powell, Riley Stinson, Victoria Sullivan, Caitlin Wall, Marley Walker, and once again, Lindsay Ewing.
They earned their points.
It's good to get a cast.
I was thinking the table one.
Okay, now we will do the last of our letters, and this is for student council. So some of you are going to be coming back up. So Nalani Allen, Piper Barrera, Joseph Beck, Braden Davis, Josh Denniston, Grace Dunstan, Jack Dunstan, Charlie Dygert, Naya Giroux, Audrey Hoyda, Colton McWilliams, Violet Novotny, Raylan Ritchie, Cheyenne Sanders, Evie Scaling, Charlotte Weitzel, Jackie Whirl, and Lindsay Ewan.
Look at the right path forward. All right.
Okay, next is our Physical Fitness Awards, and are given on behalf of Mr.
I give
Coulter
you the
and the
worst, Jay?
PE department. So the Physical Fitness Award is given to students who are considered exemplary. They work diligently in class, complete their warm-ups and other activities, are in good physical shape, and ready to participate every single day. That's right, yep. So, ninth grade winners, we have Mason Jones and Isabella Powski. Tenth grade winners, Josh Duniston and eleventh grade winners, Mr. Gabe Stanford and Miss Audrey Wood.
Please.
We know you want the spotlight. And our 12th grade winners, Mr. Carter Sellers and Miss Eliza Brown. A round of applause for We are now going to move on to our math department and their awards. These awards are given on behalf of the math department. These students come forward as I call your name and remain standing. Yes, remain standing here. So, first one is our Outstanding Mathematician Award. It's given to students who show exceptional skill and enthusiasm for math. They readily grasp concepts and are willing to help those around them. Their teacher can see them with a future, including math in some capacity. Our winners for this year are Mr. Chris Dimchek, Grace Greer, Mason Jones, Colton McWilliams, Thomas Rauschenberg, and Sophia Schultz. So hang on there, we don't want to move, okay? The next one is the Pythagorean Award. It's given to students who work diligently in mathematics and consistently produce high-quality work. Congratulations to Natalie Ballantyne, Rick, Isabella Vigera, Charlotte Weitzel, Keely Williamson, and Isabel Zimmerman. Let's congratulate our winners of the Math Award. Are in the area of science. So this award is called the Thomas Edison Award. It's given to students who demonstrate a sense of creative curiosity, which they use to learn through trial and error and never give up on their efforts. So please congratulate Evie Scaling, Tristan Gomez, Jace Greer, and Colton McWilliams. One more round of applause. Next will be our language arts department. There's a lot of things in here. The first award is the Resident Writer Award. This is given to students who show proficiency, creativity, and superior. This award goes to Reagan Powell, Lily Bradford, Savannah Gingrich, and Lindsay Ewing. This next award is the Literature Links. It's given to students who've developed exceptional analysis skills in literature class. So please congratulate Natalie Bauerfein, Victoria Sullivan, Sophie Schultz, and Eliza Brown. Next awards are given on behalf of the History Department. Mr. Chalfant is represented here. The first award is Thomas Jefferson Award. This is given to students who work diligently in class. They inspire others to live life to the fullest and have a strong sense of civic responsibility. This award goes to Violet Novotny, Timothy Harris, Audrey Hoyda, and Scott Collins. Okay, our next award is the Robert R. Palmer Award. It's given to students who are true historians like Robert R. Palmer. They love to talk about the facts, dates, details of history, as well as figuring out the why and how of human history. Congratulations to Adam Kohlhase, Calvin Hume, Charlotte Weitzel, and Jacqueline World.
This guy.
Okay, one more round of applause for our history. Language department. Well, so these awards are given to students who are passionate about learning languages. They're not necessarily the highest achievers, but they have outstanding work ethics. They have improved throughout the duration of the course of the year, and they're excited about the process. So the Latin is not fair. I can do Latin 1, 2, and 3. It's the next one I'm struggling. Thank you. Outstanding Latin student for Latin 1 goes to Riley Stenson. Outstanding Latin student for Latin 2 goes to William Allpass. Outstanding Latin student for Latin 3 goes to Charlotte Weitzel. Okay, here we go. Here's the next award. It's the Triunfador Bilim Guanelade Novak. Okay, thank you. That's why you're taking Latin. So, this first award goes to Lily Bradford. Intermedio was Lily Bradford. Novato was Natalie Bauerfein. Yes. And Avanzado is going to Sophia Schultz. The Escalardo de Montano. This award goes to Victoria Sullivan.
Yep.
One more time. I apologize. I thought I was speaking loud, but I was actually speaking Spanish. Our next awards are for yearbook. So the first award is for the outstanding yearbook photographer. It's given to a young photographer who demonstrates an eye for creating a story through photographs. In the yearbook, the photos are key to making the story of our school. Please congratulate Nia Turner. We have the outstanding yearbook staff member. This is given to a yearbook staff member who shows dedication, goes above his or her position, is a leader, and is able to make both the easy and the difficult. The staff member works tirelessly to create an amazing yearbook and encourages the writers, editors, photographers to offer their very best work. Please congratulate Alani Allen. Next, we will celebrate the choir department awards. The first one is our outstanding vocalist. These students have developed into outstanding vocalists through their hard work and dedication. They frequently audition for solos in class and have a bright future with their voice. Please, Sage Volk. The next award is Outstanding Choir Member. This is given to students who demonstrate true choir ensemble spirit. They arrive at class prepared, enthusiastic, and willing to participate. They are also dependable and dedicated, and they support and cheer on their classmates. Please congratulate Elise Waits and Emily Capel. Our next award is the Heart of Music Award. It's given to a student who has learned to interpret the music, and they recognize and appreciate all the different parts of the choir. Please congratulate Victoria Sullivan and Hope Muldoon. Next is our orchestra. First, we'd like to recognize members who qualify or earn the spot on the Pikes Peak. Please congratulate Evelyn Calver, Nia Giroux, and Jacqueline Work. Excellence and leadership in orchestra. This is given to a student who always comes to class prepared, works diligently with a positive attitude, and strives to develop their musical talent. Please congratulate Jacqueline World. Okay, our next award is the most improved orchestra student. This is given to the student that has demonstrated a great deal of improvement and personal growth from the beginning of the year to the end. And they've worked hard to do what is asked and has always taken that on with a positive perseverance. Please congratulate Riley Stenson. The Drama Awards. The Outstanding Performer Award. This goes to a student who exhibits remarkable dedication and application to the art of acting and performing. No matter the role, these students brought life and commitment to playing believable, interesting characters. Please congratulate Natalie Bauerfein and Lindsay Ewing. Drama Award is given to students who demonstrate an understanding and passion for the dramatic arts, committing to all aspects of the craft, including its history, individual character, collaborative performance, and technical theater. They see beyond the entertainment value of drama, understanding it is filled with purposeful messages and can be used as a tool to reach the hearts and souls of an audience. This award goes to Nalani Allen and Evan Nigaman. The Tech Crew Leadership Award is given to the student who has demonstrated a love and respect for the technical aspects. Without a technical crew, staging a production would be impossible. This student has fully committed himself to his duties as a crew member, rising in the ranks to then become a crew department leader. His skills of organization, dependability, and please congratulate Jack Dunstan. I think we're going to give one of these people a break for the So next we got the Visual Arts Department. The first award is the Tour de Force. Tour de Force is French for an impressive achievement that has been accomplished with great skill. Is that right, Mr. Grover? No. This experience and creativity. Please congratulate Evan Ives, Adam Chamberlain, and Eliza Brown. The Bob Ross Award. This is given to students who have demonstrated an immense desire to improve their art skills, and they do so with incredible attitude. The students were a positive influence in class, brought out the best in his or her peers, creating happy little moments throughout the semester. Please congratulate Karis Andreessen, Naya Giroux, Hope Muldoon, and Grayson Barrow.
Grayson that year.
Accepting on behalf of Grayson. how can I have you come up to present this next award? The Monument Academy Summit Award. This is our most prestigious award. So in middle school, we have the Lynx Award. In high school, we have the Summit Award. This award is given to a boy and a girl in each grade level who exemplify the classical concept of excellence in all things. Arte. Nominees should seek to live well through the growing true and beautiful as appropriate to their age level. This person should be a good character and virtuous and fully embody the classical idea of art. Now please congratulate me on our friends Mason Jones and Haley Drew. Oh, stand here, stand here. Yep, stand here. Our sophomore winners of the Summit Award. Our boy is Thomas Rauschenberg. Girl. And our junior winners. Boy, Jace Greer. Girl, Scarlett. And our senior winners. Boy, Colton McWilliams. Our girl, Jacqueline Orman.
Jeez.
And our last award, before we move into our senior celebration, is our valedictorian. This is very exciting. This is the first time we've ever got to announce a valedictorian for our graduation on May 18th. So please make sure to come out, enjoy this rite of passage with us, the celebration of our pioneering students. But we could all give a big round of applause for our 2024 valedictorian, Mr. Scott Colhase. Okay, now we are moving into our first event with seniors on our senior celebration. The process for this is the seniors touch base with staff members or staff members wanting to take on a certain student, and just a couple of minutes of just honoring them and their achievements and just the positive connections that they've built up through the years. So seniors, cheers to you. They just. So, we are going to start off with our first presentation honoring Mr. Jack Dunstan.
Be prepared for any and every situation. One day while I was passing out papers, Jack was on the floor, lying under a table. When I asked him, he replied, the table was wobbly, so he was tightening the legs. He has since tightened many table legs and has also fixed things throughout the school building. Jack is an observer, a thinker, and he is a creative problem solver. Jack has a solution for almost every problem before most people have even recognized an issue. There is no need to ask Jack to help with anything because he volunteers or just shows up at every event. Jack doesn't ask what you need help with, he simply starts doing, and he frequently tackles the least desirable tasks voluntarily. Jack has a unique set of innate skills that truly make him remarkable. While most of us struggle as we do things under conventional methods, Jack is able to see things differently. His creative and effective ways of doing things lead to solutions that are so simple, but so brilliant. So keep showing up, Jack. When you are present, there's not a problem that can't be solved. And when others pay attention to your actions, there is always something that we can learn. Congratulations.
Next honoring is Lindsay.
All right. I tell all of my students that whatever happens in the drama room stays in the drama room, but I'm about to embarrass Lindsay, so I'm lying. Okay, here we go. Was one of my first students when I became a drama teacher here at Monument Academy 5 years ago. It was clear from the beginning that Lindsay was not a student who would sit idly back, giving the minimum necessary to get a decent grade. In fact, there were many days, and many still, where I, the teacher, felt pushed to give maximum effort in teaching her all I knew because she wouldn't expect anything less. She held my feet to the fire. Lindsay is one of those rare unicorns that embodies all that drama teachers preach. A student who is unabashedly and uniquely herself when there are so many pressures to be anything but. A student who eagerly commits to any dramatic exercise and character she's asked to perform. And prompt, show me what it looks like to be a hungry kid at lunch, and she'd already be halfway through eating a paper napkin. Imagine yourself in a field of sunflowers as she's unrolling her 4-foot scroll of sunflowers she printed the night before. Lindsay never performs anything halfway, and that has led her to some truly beautiful work. I told her more than once to consider other paths she'd like to explore. Just yesterday, I asked her if she'd double major, maybe in marketing or communications. I know how difficult the drama field can be. But each time I said this, I was met with frustration. There isn't anything else I want to do. I know who I am. And before I respond, I remember my acting conservatory teachers in NYC telling all of us, if you have a fallback, you'll never make it. Lindsay can be successful at whatever she chooses to do. However, I choose to believe that she's going to make it in this. I'll commit to that belief.
Next, Aaliyah Barnard.
Aaliyah is living through challenging circumstances. Her presence in my classroom always seems to raise the general level of joy, such as today when she and her fellow seniors invaded my middle school class to dance an impromptu hula in skirts and flowers. It was delightful. Normally, I'll be irritated, but I just couldn't help it. a lot of effort into making her successes look easy. I never had the pleasure of having a student until her senior year. I was very aware of her from day one of her freshman year at Monument Academy. She was very hard to miss. Laugh and her smile, her ability to find fun have always been constants in the time that I have known her. And as she's grown and matured, so has her attitude towards life and the friends that she chooses. I see success in her future, but that goes without saying. More importantly, I see somebody who might gain something priceless as they age, and that is a truly happy life. And I'm grateful that I was able to experience some of that happiness with you.
Understand. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming and supporting these wonderful students that we have here at Monument Academy. And it is absolutely my pleasure to come up here and speak and introduce this young man. I met him in the hallways about 3 years ago when I first took the job here at MA. And the way we got acquainted was just simply by eye contact. Going by each other in the hallway, he would always recognize me. And he would get a relationship started with actually just a little head nod. Give him a head nod, just keep it moving. That head nod ended up turning into daily lunches here in the cafeteria. And we're really fortunate to have Carter in my class. In my speak conditioning class this year. And I don't have a better student in that class than any other class that I've taught in high school than Carter Sellers. When you say, well, why do you say that, Mr. Coulter? Because I've gotten a chance to see a whole lot of qualities that I absolutely love and appreciate from him. The first thing is that I have a kinder person in my life than Carter Sellers. I haven't run into a more caring person in my life than Carter Sellers. I've run into a lot of kids throughout my teaching career, but nobody stands out more than this young man. He's very kind. He's very humble. And he's a very caring person to the people that are around him. If you ever have a conversation with him, he won't say much, but when he does say something, it lets you know that he's paying attention and he's all in. He's paying attention and he's engaged. And I thank him for that. I thank him for allowing me into his circle every day. That lunch circle involves me, Carter, him, and my girl at night. All right, we all sit together when I don't have the flu. We chop it up about everything except school. Eating conditions. And I thank him for opening up to me. And I thank him for sharing some of his experiences with me. I do know this about Carter. Carter loves his family. He loves his family. He loves to travel. He loves to go see his cousins. I often ask him what he's doing on breaks, and he'll smile. And so whatever you guys are doing, keep doing it, because you're raising a wonderful human being. And the last thing I want to say is this about Carter. Carter shows me how to handle hard better. I want you to think about that for a second. Carter shows me, a 54-year-old man, how to handle hard better. Never tries to get out of warm-ups. Never complains about what we're doing, whether it's leg day, whether it's up. Whatever I got going, whether it's in the hallway, whatever I got going, never seen that in my life. In my life. Now, most people don't want to do leg workouts. Most people just upper body things, right? So some at one time, and I don't know at what point during this semester, my man Carter wouldn't stop talking about squat. Most kids I talk to when we have conversations in speed and conditioning, right? It's about bench pressing, curling, and any of that type of stuff. This young man, he talks about squat. And so after a while, I would come into the classroom and get ready to take roll, and he would have his hands in a prison position, set his feet, make sure I looked and saw him, and he would start doing squats. When we were in the lunchroom, he would always continuously ask, Coach, is it squat day? Coach, is it squat day? Right? Now, if anybody has an excuse, or can make an excuse for themselves, it's Carter, and he never does. And he never does. He just handles hard better. And young man, I want you to know that I appreciate that. I'll never forget you. You are an inspiration to me. And those are parents that you should be proud of. And they got an awesome son that they should be proud of. And hey man, I'm going to miss you, but I will never forget you. All right?
Coach Coulter actually should be staying at home, but he wanted to come here so he can speak about the kids. So this is what it means to the teachers to do this.
Where are you singing? Thank you, I don't know my glasses. Hey, impromptu, but this is also the inaugural group of seniors that have gone through the entire orchestra program, starting in 4th grade, all the way through 12th grade. I have had the honor for 9 years. Sam, I always tell them affectionately, squishy 4th graders. And it's been my pleasure to watch you grow up, Sam, and you crack me up. I almost brought a bow so you could demonstrate my favorite trick of yours. Yeah, he likes to make his bow stick right into his ear. And he lets it go, and it just stays right there. Not after he's had a haircut, though, right? But it's been a pleasure when I talk to other teachers from the other buildings, even just people asking about how high school's going and growing. I just always mention, and Sam, you're one of them, that it's such a pleasure to be around you. Like, it's been really, really neat to see you grow into human beings that are just fantastic to be around. It's not that you weren't always, even as a squishy 4th grader, but it's been a pleasure getting to know you the longer we're together. I'm hopeful that as you're going to stay around close by for a while, that you'll still come to concerts and come see us once in a while with your little brothers still around. So, my heart. Congrats.
Hunter Barrett.
Hunter, you are mature beyond your years. You have already experienced many things that most adults have not and may never will. You have handled them with care and compassion, and you have allowed these things to teach you. I appreciate your no drama, no nonsense mentality, and the effort that you make to always stay clear of such situations. Your maturity shows in your self-realization that not everything is for you. You will write that English paper, you will do that math homework, but you have an intuitive sense of what actually matters and what is truly worth your time and your effort. I recognize the excellence in the work that you submit when you have found an assignment challenging or interesting. My hope for you is that you keep seeking those things that are worth your time and that will bring out your best. Hunter, you make those whom you truly care about feel special. You bring out the best in them, and you work to make things better for them when they are struggling. Your friendly conversations and your daily fist bumps are something that I will miss next year. Every Wednesday during club time, you and Wyatt take turns lifting hundreds of pounds while proclaiming lightweight to each other. May all the weight you carry from now on seem light. May you focus on all the great things that lie ahead for you.
Mr. Ben Baranas. Some Ben up in one phrase would be subtly misleading. When you first meet Ben, you encounter a quiet, nondescript person who seems to be half asleep. Don't be fooled. He's smart. His friends would say devious. Insightful and talented young man, and his skills and talent are evident when he speaks, when he attempts any task. He is a very, very good person, and I have always been impressed by him since knowing him. I can't give a tribute like this without mentioning the part of Ben's personality that I absolutely enjoy the most, which is saying something because there's much to enjoy. His absolute adoration of chocolate milk. I honestly believe that his bloodstream is 60% Hershey's. I gave him a map a few months ago of the United States chocolate milk producers, and he is determined to visit every single one of them before he gets too old to enjoy it. It's been my honor this year to have been as a student and as a person, and I expect to hear nothing but wonderful things about him in the years to come. Thank you. Okay, next up, Emily Capel.
I have known her to consistently demonstrate the following qualities. She is kind, she is responsible, she is caring, trustworthy, she's funny, dependable, she's an includer, she's a risk taker, and she's a natural leader that leads by example. Here, Emily served as a student choreographer for show choir, and I've had the joy of getting to know her very well throughout the process. There were several times this semester where I needed to be out of the classroom for various reasons, and every time my subplan read, Emily will leave class. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that not only was Emily completely capable of leading a productive rehearsal, but her peers would respond to her leadership very well. During her time as a student choreographer, Emily consistently went out of her way to include every single student in the class, making sure that every voice was heard. She listened carefully to her classmates' ideas and made sure that every student was successful. She demonstrates so many traits that I know will benefit her as she moves on from Monument Academy. Throughout her time in high school, Emily has fully immersed herself in the MA community. As a founding freshman, she served on student council, helped put on the first MA high school dance, participated in theater, competed in multiple sports, and held multiple leadership positions both in and out of the classroom. She's really impressive. Emily is well known around MA because she goes out of her way to get to know others. One of my personal favorite stories about Emily was on her 18th birthday during a fall semester. I walked into another classroom to ask a colleague a question, and Emily happens to be in the room. And this teacher gave her a hug and gave her a cookie cake and wished her a happy birthday. And it was very early on in my time at MA, and I thought to myself, this MA community is incredible. These teachers are giving cookie cakes to their students. And then I found out that Mrs. Capel is her mom. And the cookie cake wasn't even out of the norm. The thing is, surprised that the situation wasn't the case. Emily is the exact type of student who would make deep connections with her teachers and with her peers. She is the type of student who deserves a cookie cake and who would be celebrated in that way because she goes out of her way to do the same for others. After graduation, Emily plans to attend esthetician school and to start her own business. The qualities that I listed at the beginning of the speech will undoubtedly propel her far in this field. Emily is simply a people person, and she has the unique ability to make everyone feel seen and valued. Emily, I am so thankful for the kindness, the grace, and the leadership that you have brought into our classroom every single day this year. I'm so excited to see you thrive, and I'm rooting for you today and always.
Wyatt Marshall Brown. This is so fun. We need Kleenex up here. Wyatt Marshall Brown. Super excited to be talking about Wyatt this evening. He is, I guess, formerly known as the Ian. That was news to me. I guess there was a period of time in elementary, and that's the only name can be called. Wyatt is one of the hardest working students I've ever seen. He has overcome a tremendous amount, taking on multiple online classes. He works hard at his job in the evenings, and he also does great in his classes here at Inman. He's just an incredibly hardworking guy. I would say he's a consistent, polite professional, and I always enjoy his insightful comments on the literature that we are discussing in class. One of the funny things about Wyatt is he's almost always the first one in the class. He comes in, he sits at his desk, he stacks his books, and he folds his hands. And he just waits to start. I always appreciate that about him. Talking to some of his other teachers, one of them said, I've worked with him since first grade, and I've never seen him get angry, overreact, or speak unkindly about anyone. I'm so impressed with that. That's amazing. I'm excited to see what incredible things Wyatt's strong work ethic will allow him to accomplish in the years ahead. Next up, Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown, the hardest working girl in showbiz. Fourth grade, eyes wide open, came in, ready to play for violin, and it never ended. Eyes wide open, every audition opportunity, put me in there, I'm gonna try. And poured her heart into everything she did. Always supportive of everybody around you. Bone in her body. At least that she would let anyone know. Pretty sure there's not such a thing. Jackie's confidence has grown year after year, but particularly in high school, she's turned into a leader. And all of our students coming up after her admire her, just as she had admired some of the students before her. It's so neat to see her step into that role. Some of our elementary kids even still know her. I know Jackie, she taught dance at Sundance. I know her from her dance career. She started strings in 4th grade. 5th grade, she added flute and was in band orchestra. And all the way through 8th grade, she also did show choir. She choreographs for show choir. Just involved, always. Student council, NJHS. Did we do NHS? Yes, of course. Super involved here at the school all the time. In my heart forever. Jackie is going to study music in college. And I told her if I ever retire, she would take the strings program because she knows everything about it. Inside and out. And it's become a self-managing program. You know what to do, and Jackie's at the head of that. Jackie, I will love you forever. You better come back and see me. Promise. You did it. Okay.
Abby Gerson.
Abby, where are you?
Okay, here, sneak.
So I
here this evening speaking about you as you get ready to begin a remarkable journey into your future. In the last 2 years, I have really enjoyed getting to know you. You are an extraordinary young lady, and I am so proud of all that you have accomplished. Abby, you are witty, intelligent, and unapologetically yourself. You have brought a unique energy to our school. What truly sets you apart is your ability to speak your mind fearlessly. Since I have met you, I have understood that you do not shy away from difficult conversations or sugarcoat the truth. Your candor has sparked important conversations and inspired change. I always know exactly what you are thinking. Always. As you prepare to embark on the next chapter of your journey to Washington State, I have no doubt you will continue to make a lasting impact wherever you go. And Abby, every day as I stand at crosswalk before and after school waiting for you, I try to instill in you not to treat the crosswalk like a game of Frogger. Some days it works, some days it does not. As you step into the world and beyond these walls and our crosswalks, remember that you carry with you all the values and lessons you've learned here in academics as well as character. And most importantly, stay true to yourself, which I have no doubt you will do. Embrace new challenges with courage, cherish your friendships, and never stop striving to be your best self. I know you will do great things. Abby, it is an absolute pleasure knowing you, and I'm excited for your future.
Dom. So the first time I met Dom, I walked into the drama room, which is where speech and debate was held. My first semester teaching high school, officially at Monument Academy. I walk into the room, and the new student, Dom, is socializing with everyone in the room and throwing a ball against the wall at unsafe speeds. The first thoughts I had about Dom were, oh no. But as I got to know Dom, I filled with happiness to have him in my class, and I became very this young man. Dom is one of those kids who can do anything that you ask of him, and anything he wants to do, he will and can do. I've seen Dom write amazing academic papers in psychology. I've seen him deliver eloquent arguments in speech and debate. I've seen him build fantastic pieces of our set for all of the plays that we've done while he's been here, which is all of them. I've seen Dom throw an orange at a wall at 50 miles per hour in my classroom, which still remains on the wall for this. I had, this semester, had the privilege to work with Dom as a performer. Dom, this is a skill that you have that is completely underutilized right now. Dom can give a performance with some of my best actors. In fact, he was ready to advance in the Last Actor Standing competition, but became too busy with baseball to move on, and was too busy with baseball to participate in the main stage. But in working with Dom, I saw tremendous talent there, and if he ever has time, he should work on that. So all of this is to say that having Dom as a student has truly been a gift. Speaking of gifts, Dom brought a gift into this world this year as well. Last year. This school year. Rose, when I first heard about Rose, I had first met Dom, I thought, oh no. But after I thought about it for a while, tribute to such a wonderful child, I know that it's going to be okay, and that Dom will make a wonderful father and a wonderful adult. And I feel with happiness and pride thinking about Dom and his new daughter. Thank you, Dom.
Hey, there's another orange on your wall.
Another one?
Yeah.
A new one?
Tom will talk about the orange tomorrow. He's not here right now, he's sick, but we are still going to honor him, Mr. Grayson.
I'm really excited to get the opportunity to talk about Grayson. You may think of all of our seniors, one that's probably the extreme opposite of our last honoree, Dom. Grayson is quiet. An ancient Hebrew proverb reads, "Whoever restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding." That saying reminds me of Grayson. I've had the privilege to teach Grayson this year, and I first came last year at semester. He was quiet and has remained one of my most quiet students. You don't hear from him often. His words are generally very few, but his thoughts are really deep. He shows this to me on lots of occasions by thinking about what we're talking about in class. You can see his wheels spinning, he's contemplating, he's considering, he's ruminating on what's just been said, and he's connecting it to something that he knows or he wants to know. He'll come up to me that day, later that week, maybe even a week later, and he'll say, "Do you remember what we were talking about? Look what I found." And he's gone home and he's looked up some piece of information and connected it to what we've learned. And he's excited to share that. And his depth of thought is shown in pretty much all of the work that he gives. He came to me a few weeks ago after we had done an experiment where we dissolved some styrofoam cups and was like, "Did you know you can turn that into cinnamon candy?" You can, and it could be eaten. I wouldn't try it. I don't recommend it unless you have a high-level chemistry degree, but it's possible. And he showed me that. He's bringing me things all the time that I don't know, things that he's excited about. It's that depth of thought that I appreciate about Grayson, and I know is going to serve him well as he continues on his future. He's excited for the accomplishment of his senior year, graduating. But he's even more excited about what he has in his future. He's excited about going on to college and earning a degree. Not because I think he's the type of person that just wants to get a degree, but he has a goal of helping people. He was telling me that that's why he wants to study what he wants to study. He wants to be able to help and serve people like him. It's that kind heart and that thoughtful mindset that I know is going to allow Grayson to make his mark on the world. And he has left a mark on all those around us, everyone in this school, because of his kindness and his thoughtfulness. I'm so proud of all that you've accomplished, Grayson, and I am so excited to see what your future holds.
Next up, Scott Colhase.
It was a bigger font. It'd be far too easy to stand up here and talk about what an intelligent and studious student Scott is, right? And honestly, his many accomplishments, being valedictorian, the scholarships he's won, all the things, the accolades he's accrued speak to that more than I can in the few minutes that I have here. And quite frankly, it's really not what impresses me about Scott. It's really not, right? We're told all the time, we should never stop learning. We should learn something new every day. Scott takes this to an entirely new, just never, his brain never quits. Most students at the end of 54 minutes, we know us as teachers, we've given all our wisdom that we have for that day. We're ready for the next batch of students. And most of the students, you know, they walk out and they've had their fill. Scott's just had an appetizer. All the other students are filing out. Scott's still there. And he's got 1,003 questions. And I have had, and unfortunately I have a planned period right after that, so I have time to. And it is just dizzying. Comes out of his mouth, what he's thinking, what he's theorizing. He's like, can I do this? Is this possible? Can we do this? What about this? And he is sitting there and he is not. And I'm going to tell you, some of the stuff he comes up with, I'm like, I have to stop. Like, you're up here, I'm down here. You know, most of the students are down here. Like, it's just where it is. But he doesn't quit. Like, I don't have answers for him. He goes home. Comes back the next day, and he hasn't just been satisfied with doing a simple Google search and getting an answer. No, that's not Scott. Now that he has a direction and he has some more information, he's got to test it. He's got to come up with his hypothesis. He's got to test it, and when he comes back the next day, he's not only learned it, he's explored it, he's done it for himself, and it is just amazing to watch this young man's mind work. And with that, Scott's not going to go out there and be a great engineer. He's not. He's not going to be a great computer scientist or whatever it is he decides to major in, because he's not satisfied with that. He's not going to go to school and learn what it is to be a computer scientist and just take that little knowledge and go be a great computer scientist. He's going to get to the end of the knowledge that we have, and he's going to keep going. Scott is going to create. Whatever he decides to put his mind to, he's going to get to the end of what we know about it. Not like we hear, but like humankind. And he's going to go and he's going to take that knowledge further and create new knowledge, new things for us. And it is going to be amazing to watch this young man as he grows and creates and adds to the body of knowledge that we as people on this earth know. Right? And the other amazing thing about Scott is there are no obstacles. Right? We're in there programming. Scott's like, can the computer program do this? And I'm like, I don't know, let's find out. And so we get on there and we Google, and it's like, well, no, Scott, it doesn't look like JavaScript has a way to pause the program for you. That's not the way it works. It's supposed to execute all the code all at one time. That's wrong. Scott's like, no, that can't be right. Next day, he's got 20 lines of code that make the program pause just where he wants it and do exactly what he wants to do. It's not an obstacle, it's a challenge. Right? These two traits together are going to make your life incredible, Scott. And I wish that we could see what's going to happen, but I know you're going to go off and you're going to do great things. But please do us the favor. Come back. Visit us. And let us have a glimpse at the greatness that you are creating, because you are absolutely going to be an exceptional engineer, computer scientist, whatever it is you put your mind to. Right? So the only piece of advice I have for you, Scott, because he did for our project that we have to do for the AP test, we're practicing it, and he's like, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, that's a lot, Scott. You might want to think about something similar. No one's going to be impressed. The AP, they look at your thing for a minute and a half and they're not going to be impressed. My only advice, Scott, to you is just remember sometimes good enough is good enough.
Caitlin Wall.
Caitlin, where are you? Oh, there you are. Throughout her schooling, Caitlin fair share of moving. After living in Indiana, Kentucky, and Florida, Caitlin moved fall right at the start of her senior year. For most students, this would have been incredibly anxiety-provoking and likely would have included a large adjustment period, but Caitlin is not your average student. It took Caitlin no time at all to fully immerse herself in both the community and the culture of Monument Academy. I was immediately impressed with Caitlin at the beginning of the school year as I watched her quickly create connections and genuine relationships with her peers. If I hadn't known that Caitlin had just moved to Monument, I would have assumed that she had been at MA for years. Throughout her 1 year at MA, Caitlin took full advantage of the opportunities presented to her. She played varsity basketball, was involved in theater and show choir. She led Bible studies and she served on the worship team at her church, and that's just to name a few. I cannot believe the accomplishments that she has achieved in such a short amount of time. More impressive than her accolades, however, is Caitlin's unwavering positive outlook on life. A few weeks ago, high school show choir traveled to Fort Collins for a competition. She said, oh no. Caitlin happens to be in my car, and I started noticing little things that she would say. For example, when we were driving by the mountains, she said, oh my gosh, the view is just so pretty. Looking at the grass, she said, oh my gosh, it's just so green. Listening to a song on the radio, she said, the song is so good. And then when we got to the place that we were going, she noticed a slide. Well, everybody noticed a slide across the parking lot that we didn't go on. And she said, oh my gosh, that looks so fun. It was through these small comments throughout the day that and I told her, I think Caitlin is the ultimate hype woman. Caitlin sees the good in every situation, even in the small things. I don't think I've ever heard Caitlin say a negative thing about a single person. She's consistently seeking out the positive and is always looking for the best in other people. Caitlin, I hope as you move forward into your next steps, that you continue to seek the beauty in the landscape, and the people you meet, and in the conversations you have. It is such a uniquely beautiful quality that you have, and I truly believe that it will allow you to shape the lives of those around you. After graduation, Caitlin plans to attend Grand Canyon University in Phoenix to pursue a bachelor's degree in professional sales and marketing. I have absolutely no doubt that Caitlin will continue to make genuine connections with people, and I am certain that wherever she lands next, she will continue to impact those that she comes into contact with, because she already does that so well. Caitlin, Monument Academy was made better this year by your presence. I'm so honored to have been a teacher for you for your senior year, and I can't wait to see what the future.
Next up, Colton McWilliams.
So Colton, on my first day at MA, I was told by Mr. Kennington as we walked into the yearbook room that I was about to meet the man. He called you the most respectable student ambassador that I would ever meet. Colton, you have played a significant role in forming and developing the Monument Academy High School culture. You've been a leader on the court, on the stage, in student council, in NHS, and you are a person that many look up to as they aspire to become more like you. You have humbly dedicated countless hours to making your school a place to be proud of, a school that offers opportunities for community, fun, excellence, and a place that is a stepping stone to a bright future. Colton, you regularly demonstrate excellence through hard work and your eagerness to be the best version of yourself. I've been impressed by your problem-solving skills and the questions that you ask. You are simultaneously serious and fun-loving, cracking jokes while working on calculus problems. You recognize what is truly important, your character, your family, your values, your friends. And you do an excellent job of prioritizing the people in your busy life. You have found creative ways to show people what they mean to you and to make events special for them. Your prom proposal, for an example. As you move on to college, I am certain that minds will now become a better place due to your presence. Thank you for all you've done.
Stuff is me.
This one is not easy. I have a whole speech and everything, but I'm gonna let you know the secret. As well. And I did the math the other day, and it turns out that I've had more than 5,000 students. Teachers tend to like almost all of their students, with a few exceptions. We most of them as well. But every once in a while, somebody comes along that just makes our entire existence better. They're that that you. I cannot remember the names of the 5,000 students that I've had. I can remember a handful here and a handful there, but the ones that I remember the best are the ones that touched me most deeply in my heart, and that would be Izzy. I met her when she was a chatterbox of a 7th grader, and I'm thinking, this one doesn't look like she's going to do much. And then she turned into this incredibly talented, self-assured, wonderful young woman who has self-confidence and can do so many things. And I was lucky enough to be there to watch this happen. I was lucky enough to see her meet her beloved gooseman, Linus, and a sweet relationship that still exists now. 800 miles apart, and it's still strong. I have watched her go from being somebody who's convinced that she could do nothing to somebody who knows just exactly how good she is. And getting to know Izzy and her sisters and her mom, the family, has been an honor that I never expected. She's going to do fine. She's going to do great. I will miss her tremendously. But I am very grateful that I was given this gift, because we don't always get that gift. A lot of times we just see somebody for a year and then they're gone. I got to spend 6 years with this wonderful person, and I can't be more grateful. So thank you, Izzy. Thank you so much.
Brayden Davis.
Here you are. Okay. If you know Brayden at all, you'll understand I have to start with a joke. Okay, Brayden, I've got a chemistry joke for you. When you combine barium with 2 sodium. Brayden here came to us just this year. This is his senior picture, by the way, in the banana costume. If you haven't seen it, you need to. Brayden came to us this year during his senior year, which is hard to do. I speak from experience. I know what it's like to have to go to a brand new school during that last year of high school. It's hard. I didn't meet anyone. I was quiet. I moved through that year. I graduated. I was done. I moved on. That's not great. I had to start off with the punny jokes because that's really the first thing I remember about Brayden. He came to MA, and this being his senior year, he tried out for student council. He applied for one of our senior positions, and he came on, and I have had the privilege this last year to lead student council for our high school. And he came on, and he made his speech applying for a certain job, and he started off with a pun, and I thought, that's going to be great. That was hilarious. He just is himself all the time, and he's so enjoyable. He just jumped right in, which I thought was so unique. It was so brave, and he didn't hesitate to just be who he was. That attitude just really allowed him to become part of our MA family. And frankly, I cannot imagine our senior class without him. Braden, your sense of humor has truly made it a pleasure to have you in both my chemistry class and in our student council this year. Thanks a bunch. I'm back to On a more serious note, though, Braden, I've watched you grow over this last year in your ability to face challenges with determination and perseverance. I may be making a wild assumption here, but I think Braden would say chemistry is not his favorite subject. just assuming, I could be wrong. However, when Braden sets his mind to something, when he knows he has a task to complete, a job to do, an obstacle to overcome, he does it. He sees the job and he faces it with resolve. And as a teacher, that's one of the most encouraging things, to see a student who looks at something and says, maybe this isn't my favorite. Maybe it's not the easiest for me. This is going to be a challenge, but I'm going to give it my best. And that's all that as teachers we really want to see, is our students giving their best. Not to make a grade, not to perform at a high level, but because we want them to be their best. And so watching Braden as he has pursued excellence in his work on a daily basis, he comes prepared, he shows up, he has a great attitude, and he brings laughter and joy to everyone around him. All of his teachers included. We have been peeling with laughter ever since. I'm getting into as many banana puns as I possibly can. Okay, don't worry, I have more. So Braden, I want to thank you for what you've brought to our group this year. Again, your humor and your lighthearted nature are going to be those qualities that take you into your future and stick with you and the people that you influence for many years to come. I hate to see our senior class split up, but we're all going to remember and appreciate all that you brought to us. Congratulations, Braden.
Next up, Eliza Brown.
Disclosure, Eliza and I are cousins, apparently, so. Eliza is one of the students in our student class that is, I would say, is just a really high creative. I started noticing Eliza's creativity when she was doing these doodles on some of her assignments, but they were like next level doodles, like things were just coming out of the pages that she has really a fantastic gift, wandering down the halls. Here at MA, you can see some of her artwork, some really incredible stuff. You see this little lady down here, that's her. Talking to Mr. Renier about her, he just lit up, and he's like, Eliza just reminds me of myself when I was her age. Just this creative gift and a real excitement about those kinds of things. But beyond that, it's important to remember that Eliza is kind. She's just so kind. She's so sweet in the classroom. And she has this, the word I thought of for Eliza was serene. She's just serene. And she's always just sort of at peace. Nothing seems to quite get to her, except for cats. Don't ask her about it. It's a very long story. I don't know if you're ready to hear it. Eliza has, I would say, an air of wisdom about her, very rare thing. She doesn't rush to be the first to speak, but rather she carefully listens to others and offers her unique insights when she's ready. She is thoughtful and a true creative, and I cannot wait to hear the success of her future endeavors.
Corey Brennan.
Just like my homeboy over there in the back. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to talk and introduce Corey today. I met Corey about 3 years ago. I took a job here at MA. I think it was my second semester, actually. I think she was new to moving here to Colorado Springs, Montana. So it was a new experience for both of us. And I really got to say that that first class that I had in speed, strength, and conditioning, Corey was a part of that class, along with the other people in our crew, Josiah, Julia, and we really had some fun. Those kids made it fun, but especially Corey, because she has a wonderful, wonderful personality. And if you see these pictures up here, you see how wonderful her smile is. So, she's a person that you always want to be around. And I wish I would have had her in my class for more than a semester. And I guess that's all she could take, a little crazy Coach Coulter. She has some other classes to take, but she always visits me. Always. She always comes in, especially Academy. She says hello. Coach, can I have a volleyball? Absolutely, you can. As long as you can, if you want to, you can come anytime that you want to, because she's always welcome, and she's always going to be, I consider a friend of mine. Why would I consider her a friend of mine when she's just a student? Because her kindness really jumps off. Her respect for people, teachers, and classmates. She's a very disciplined young lady as far as knowing when to get the workload done, also knowing talk and socialize with that crew. But she's very disciplined. She knows when to get the work done. The next thing is that she's a great woman of integrity and character. Never known her to lie, never known her to fib, never known her to talk about other people in negative ways. And so I want you to keep those characteristics. I want you to keep those traits, because they're going to carry you a long way. Now, if you look at these pictures here, you're going to see the type of family person that Corey is. She always talks about her family. Always, always, always. And I thank you for opening up and letting me into your life outside of Monument Academy. Her friends are very important to her. Very loyal person that you can depend on in any situation. The next thing is that impresses me about Corey is that Corey's not afraid to take risks. Well, how do you know that, Mr. Coulter? Also, Corey's comfortable being uncomfortable, which a lot of people aren't. Well, how do you know, Mr. Coulter? Well, when you're trying to put together a high school volleyball team here, and we didn't have any players, Corey stepped up and wanted to be part of the solution. Corey had very little experience with volleyball at the time, and we would talk about this. And she wasn't afraid to step up, right, and serve Monument Academy. Because that's what she did. She didn't just play. she served. And if those girls wouldn't have served, whether they had played before, whether they had experience, if they wouldn't have stepped up and got out of their comfort zone, we wouldn't have had a team. And those girls didn't win one game that year. Not one. I won 2 games in 2 years in junior college, and I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit. And if I would have quit, I wouldn't be in front of you right now. I wouldn't have been able to go to see you play football. And so she has to stick to it that I love. She's a servant leader. She puts others before herself. And these are all qualities that are going to make her successful at anything that she tries to do in the future. The last thing I'll say about this young lady, she has in common with my man Carter, is that she's a participator and not a spectator. She's not sitting on the sidelines observing. She's getting into the fight. Not getting in a fight. She's getting into the fight. All right? And that's a great quality to have right there. Young lady, don't you be afraid of anything. Don't you be afraid to try anything in life, because I know you can do whatever you set your mind to. I appreciate it so much that you chose me to come out here and talk about you, because you are special, young. God bless you, and you're going to have a wonderful future.
Very motivating and tough. Last but not least, Mr. Gabe Hunt.
So, Gabe had requested that Mr. Kelso be his speaker for him, and Mr. Kelso really had wanted to do that, but there were conflicts in the schedule and he couldn't do it. So, consider most people at a distance can't tell the difference between me and Mr. Kelso. I picked it up. These are quotes from Mr. Kelso. Gabe is a natural born leader. Like many people who are leaders, he has never had any of the power lust that some leaders often have. And he is incredibly smart, but not just academically. He knows how to use his mind skillfully, and many people do learn how to do that. History classes that I teach, he set the curve. Through his low-key personality, his sense of humor, his sense of fun and good nature, he caused the entire class to adopt his work ethic when it came to going beyond preparing for a test or getting a task done, and actually learning and expanding your ability to think and perceive. His presence in class changed the entire class atmosphere to a more positive, learning, engaged place. He made critical thinking the norm in class rather than the exception. Finally, he was the catalyst and the leader that enabled the basketball program to get off the ground and start to grow. Without his enthusiasm and his natural leadership, the basketball program probably never would have made it. What you're looking at is somebody who is simply a leader. This is from Mr. Kelso. Thank you.
So that is the end of our event, but over here, just observing from the side, it was really neat to see the teacher had a unique speech to honor the students, how unique they are. And when they were talking, every single staff member was shaking their nod in their head, like, yeah, I see that. No, I agree. And that's just the fun aspect of having that small high school atmosphere, is that our staff knows the students are able to build those positive connections with staff. So I just want to say it's been a pleasure to have you here tonight to celebrate the achievements of our students. There's nothing more gratifying than seeing success, and seeing our students meet those high expectations and reaching that level of excellence. So this is the conclusion of our ceremony. Seniors and seniors' families, we have a in the Commons, but everyone else, thank you for being here and have a wonderful day.
How are you? Good job. Oh, no.
We have to tear all of this down now.